Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our morning time together. I've created this weekly morning session. It's anywhere from 5 to 35 minutes, so you can tune into you and stay aligned with your soul fire throughout your day. And my hope is that the more that you practice this in community with us, with me, the more that you are able to do this every day of your life. This has been by far one of my most favorite practices I've ever stuck to that's really helped to alter the trajectory of my life. So today, we'll be moving a little bit. So if you have a place where you can set up a yoga mat, it doesn't have to be a yoga mat, it can be a blanket, anything where you can safely move. So if it's a blanket or a towel, just make sure that you move slowly so you don't slip and slide. But we won't do anything too crazy. This is really an all-level type of movement flow that we'll do this morning, just to get you into a movement meditation, to get you aligned and center with your soul fire so you can step into your day today as you full on, full in. So if you're all set up, we'll go ahead and get started. If you usually use blocks or anything when you're moving, so blocks are a great way to bring the floor closer to you. I recommend having those close by just so you can bring that floor closer to you on this Wednesday morning, or if you're watching this at a different time, any morning that you're tuning in for. So find a place in the center of your mat. Palms face up and out, elbows into the side. Taking one moment here, settling in, letting your shoulders roll back and down, maybe softening your gaze or closing your eyes. Allowing yourself to arrive in this moment, and with this hand gesture, really giving up anything right now that keeps you from being present here, just offering it to something bigger than you that can help you out in this moment, whatever that might be. Sometimes I think about offering it to the rising sun. Hey, can you hold this for me? Can you help me hold this so I can be present right here, right now? And if we can do this for ourselves every day, get present with our center, our being, that's where we can have the most positive impact, shift, growth, change for ourselves and everyone around us. Allowing yourself to settle into that, maybe wiggling the fingers, and then maybe receiving something in this moment that you need. Keeping the palms up, and you can bring them in front of you, in front of your heart if that feels good, or keep them out. I like to keep them out. For me, it helps me feel more open. So you can play with that. And remember, as we're moving today, if anything doesn't feel good in your body, you don't have to do it. These are just suggestions and offerings. The most important part of this gathering is to stay in your body. Stay as the witness, stay as the present physical being. What do you need today? And as you contemplate that, or maybe you already have that, you can keep your hands where they are. Take a walk to the back of your mat. Bring your hands towards your heart. You can even put them in a prayer mudra, or just place one over the other. Well, again, whatever feels good for you. What makes you feel at home? Lowering your gaze to the ground. Allowing your feet to feel really heavy in the back of your mat or the back of your blanket. Or if you're doing this on a rug, the back of your rug, wherever you are, soften your knees, get really heavy. See if you can keep your lips closed on your breath, just to keep the heat inside of your body this morning. Rock from side to side. The first thing that you do this morning, can you let it be all about you? I'm sure you've heard people say this often, but self-care is not selfish. Self-care allows us to fully arrive in our being so we can help and tend to and shine our light out into the world. And everybody needs your gifts, your talents, your unique offerings. Can you allow that truth to settle in, grounding you deeper, maybe bending your knees a little bit more, gazing down, out in front of you at an angle. Can you make this commitment with yourself today that you will stay true to your heart, you will listen as best you can. As you step into this day, today is a new day. Today is the chance for you to rise into your soul fire. It starts right here, right now. Walk slowly and methodically to the front of your mat. Stepping into your new day. Maybe gently keep the eyes soft or close them. Rub your hands together. And again, place them over your heart. And here you are, beginning again. Inhale, lift the arms up and out to the side. Exhale, hands to heart center. You're still at the front of your mat. Inhale for a halfway lift, long, strong spine. And exhale, release. Inhale, slowly walk your hands up your legs, letting your spine come up last. So chin to chest. Once you get to the top, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. I'm going to do that again. Up, back, and down. On your inhale, you lift your shoulders, expanding your rib cage, giving space. And on your exhale, as the shoulders roll behind, creating a circular movement with your breath and your shoulders. Other way, rolling them forward. Really allowing your breath to be your guide here. Inhale up and exhale down. Can you slow the movement down even more? Can you let this be fully for you? And back the other way a few times. Bring your hands together, elbows to touch. And let your wrists roll, kind of in a figure 8. You can go left and right. Be sure to change directions, just waking up these joints. I know for me in the morning, there's always a little bit of movement. So let your body do that. Maybe rocking from side to side. And if you're still this morning, it's wonderful too. You do you. If you have blocks, you can go ahead and set them at the front of your mat. Plug your fingertips toward the ground. Heart expands at the front of your mat. Inhale, lift your arms forward. And exhale out to the side. Inhale, lift your arms forward. Keep the left arm up high and circle the right arm back. Watching the fingertips. Imagine scooping up maybe the things that you can't see behind you. Maybe something from your past and then offering it up. So sometimes our past or things that happened in different times other than this moment can keep us from stepping fully into our soul fire, fully into ourselves, into our true, authentic expression. And by just kind of grabbing them and bringing them to the light with the help of that ineffable, we don't have to do this alone. It's much harder if we go at it alone. Just kind of bringing all that to the front and to the center. Think about like purifying water. That's what we're up to. And as you move, letting your breath wash into those shoulders. The shoulders support us so much. And last time to the left. Plug your fingertips into the sky. Bend your knees, sit back as if you were sitting into a chair. As you bring your hands down toward the floor, take your blocks and exhale, forward fold. You can still have your knees bent any amount, especially if there's tenderness in the low back. I am a bent knee forward folder, especially in the morning. So be gentle with yourself. Inhale, press your blocks away, and exhale, release. Forward fold. Inhale, press and lift through the crown of your head, tent your fingertips. You can change the block height. And if you don't have blocks, just use your shins. Exhale, release. Can you unhinge the jaw if it's starting to tense? And release. Place the blocks on the ground and slowly step back. Right leg, right knee, uncurl the toes. Bring the blocks, if you have them, underneath you. And again, if you don't, use your knee. As you inhale, peel your heart forward. And as you exhale, curl your spine and fold gently over that front leg. Inhale to draw yourself forward. And exhale, forward fold. Can you let your breath be super full here? Imagine each breath is providing you this golden elixir, this energy that you'll have for the rest of your day. So you really want to make sure you filter it through your body. You get it in all angles. And that really is what the breath is. It powers our system, powers all the many, many systems that run in our body. Last one, pull yourself forward. On this one, let your knee go over your toes. Inhale, lift the arms. And as you exhale, cactus your arms, opening your heart, receiving your day. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, Open your chest, elbows toward your hips. Inhale. And as you exhale, place your hands back toward your blocks. Remove your blocks for the moment. Inhale, step back to a high plank. Hold here for just a minute. You can come down on your knees or fist your wrists, fist your hands if your wrists are sensitive this morning. Send the energy back through the heels. Slowly lower the knees. And as you exhale, sit back onto your heels, reaching forward toward the front edge of your mat. Forehead can be to your mat. And gently sway from side to side with each inhale and each exhale. Letting that sway massage your hip creases, waking up those joints. Always remembering to listen to your body. Knees can be wider here or more narrow, depending on what you're showing up with today. Always keeping pressure off of vital and important areas. As you inhale, inchworm your hands forward, bringing your hips high, your heart toward the mat, reaching toward the top of your mat. If this is sensitive for your shoulders, widen your elbows. And as you inhale, arch your back a little bit. And as you exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, press the floor away, arch the upper back. And exhale, sink a little deeper. Slowly come forward all the way onto your belly. You can shimmy your hips. So your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. And your toes are pointing back in a straight line from your hips. As you exhale, turn and look over your left shoulder. Inhale back to the center. And exhale over to the right. If this is sensitive for your back, just go a little bit lower. Again, always doing what is most comfortable in your body. You're the only one that lives there all day long, all the days of your life. You know exactly what is good for you. You have that power. Just tune in to the sensations that you feel and allow the breath to guide you into what's best for you. Extend your hands out, forehead to your mat if you can, or one cheek. Take a humbling breath here, feeling the evenness, the groundedness of your whole body on the earth below you. Starting from the ground up on this day, here you are. Can you trust that as you move and grow and go through your day, that everything is happening for your growth? The moments that may come up that are challenging, the moments that are exciting or full of joy. It's orchestrated for you to step into your truth. Gently trace your hands toward the edges of your mat along your sides, tenting your fingertips, letting your elbows draw up and back, almost as if you were getting ready to fly, your wings starting to pinch together on your back. Inhale, lift a little bit here if you can. If not, just stay. You can, again, have your forehead down on the mat. Just notice what this feels like, getting ready to take flight here for your day. Stretching out the front of the chest, your heart. Powering up through the fingertips, the extension of your heart. Press the tops of your toes into your mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Plant your hands right underneath your shoulders. Inhale, press up either into a plank or all fours, whichever you're doing. Engage your core, and press up. Slowly walk your feet up toward your hands. A little bit shorter down dog than you're used to, maybe. Upside down V. Press through your hands, let your head and neck relax. Send the energy toward your heels. Bend your knees here. Pedal out your feet left and right. And then slowly draw your right knee up toward your chest. Lower your left knee. And then step in between your hands. Bring your blocks back in toward your right foot. Ground through your right foot. Find the position on your blocks or your leg. It's going to allow you the most freedom. Inhale, open your chest. You can untuck your toes or keep them tucked in the back. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, guide yourself forward. Staying deeply connected with that golden nectar of your breath. As you pull yourself forward on your inhale, really let your shoulders drop and open. Your collarbone gets a little wider. Warming up the body, making sure to not go past those good stretch feelings. Next time you inhale forward, pause here. Tent the fingertips, open the chest, inhale, reach up. Plug your fingertips into the sky, and exhale, elbows toward your hips. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, bring those elbows down. Inhale, reach and rise. See if you can lift a little bit more, squeezing the core. Lifting up, and exhale, sink a little deeper into the hip. Front right knee can go a bit over the toes. And exhale. This time as you inhale, bring your arms down, elbows toward your hips, then let them go all the way behind you. Interlace your fingertips if you can, just place them on your hips. Squeeze your core. If you're having sensitivity in your knee, you can grab a block or just come up a little bit, like this. So blanket underneath any joints is always a good idea if you're feeling any discomfort. So reach back behind you with those knuckles toward the tips of the toes. Find your breath. Keep reaching back. And then as you exhale, place your hands on your blocks. Bring your right knee to meet up with your left. Fold the blocks down to the lowest height if you're using them. If not, we'll just go right to the ground. Knees are wide, and exhale. Bring yourself all the way down. So the blocks add a little bit of extra space for you to bow deeper. Allowing opening in the front body as you step into today. And if you can think about that, if the front body is tight, the front body is where we move forward. So if you're tight in the front, you're tight in the forward motion of your life. So by opening the front body, opening your heart, you can receive the day with a little bit more grace, intention, love. On your next exhale, slowly walk your hands in toward your knees. You can bring them together to sit on your knees. Find a long, strong spine. Press your thighs away as you inhale, and exhale, release, creating a little bit more length in your body. Flip your palms up on your lap. Inhale your right arm up and windmill it over behind you. So sitting on your legs doesn't work like this. You can always sit right on your bum or on a block. Gaze over your right shoulder. Finish the circle by drawing the right fingertips along the ground, scooping up what you need from the ground. And then exhale, painting that arch behind you. So I like to think about this as being in a boat, right? If you're leaning over the edge, you're just dragging your fingertips along the water as you're going by. You can bring that imagery in and let that kind of presence, that kind of wonder fill you up. The next time you find your wrist towards your hip, let it pause there. Reach back with your left hand, fingertips long. You can use your right hand as support. Watch the fingertips as they circle behind you. Hand in front. Going the opposite way. So this, I like to bring in the image of planting, covering the soil after planting seeds. So every day, that's kind of what we're doing. We're tending to our garden. We're tending to the garden of the world, maybe our own actual gardens. That nourishment needs intention. This morning, as you nourish you and your soul fire, giving it that space to rise so you can get more familiar with yourself and then shining it out into the world. What does that look like? What kind of things are you planting today? The next time your wrist meets your hip, let the fingertips plug into the ground. You can adjust your seat if you need to. Roll your shoulders back and down, face your palms forward, keeping the first finger and the second finger plugged into the ground. Just imagining that that was your anchor. Finding your breath. And if you're not already, come to sit on your bum. Any way that feels good. You can grab a cushion, a blanket, a block. And again, replug those fingertips into the ground. And then from here, let the backs of your hands graze the ground. Let that pull you into a forward fold over your legs. And then inhale, come back to center. And let your arms draw behind you, propping yourself up on your fingertips behind you, opening your chest for a little arch in your back. So exhale brings you forward, your fingertips drag on the ground. Inhale back to center. And draw your hands behind you, prop up and press up as you receive your next breath. And exhale back to center. Breathe here. And exhale. Forward fold, releasing over your legs. And inhale, slowly coming back to center. All the way, fingertips behind you. Full exhale. And then receiving another breath to open you up. So letting each exhale move and guide those little micro movements that give you a little bit more space. As you find your next inhale, come to center. Take a clearing cycle of breath. You can place your hands on your knees, palms face down this time. Gently soften your gaze, so gazing down in front of you or closing your eyes. Tune in to your heart. Tune in to your soul. Part of you that works with the heart to align with your gifts, your special way in the world, your unique way. Let the mind find relationship with these parts of you as you breathe. Ask yourself, how might I honor my unique way today? How might I live in love, serving my soul, and using my beautiful mind to help create my reality around me, to help facilitate my heart and my soul's wishes? Whatever you receive, image, a knowing, a feeling, a word, let that sink in. And begin to rub your hands together, creating heat, activating energy in between your palms, placing one over your heart and one over your belly. You gently sealing in whatever you received in these areas. Often we talk about that gut feeling, and the gut can be the second brain. So how can you take care of your belly today? in order to tend to your heart and your soul, how can you take care of your knowingness, those gut feelings, and follow them as synchronicity unfold in your day? As you're ready, gently flutter the eyes open, coming back to your space. As you move, as you get up, calling yourself back to that intention. So, always having this anchor in the morning is going to serve your day so well as you find yourself growing and going on your journey. Thank you so much for joining me this week. We'll see you next week.